basically giving treatment for TB for the first 2 weeks. And a TB patient is relieved from treatment. So it has to, the lab investigation report is started with called the zero lab. So at the end of 2 months, you need to do a follow-up with the, called acid-base bacilli, then do 5th month and 6 months. And the samples are collected a week to the expiry of the month in question. So we have what we call treatment completed and cured patients. So if somebody whose lab results for the 5th and 6th months were negative, the person is cured. But if perchance, maybe due to transport problem or whatever, anything happens, the person has taken treatment for 6 months, but the 5th and 6th month lab were not done. It is called treatment completed, not cured, because you cannot prove it. So that is that. So TB and HIV, they are the two diseases that are always associated with stigma.
Stigmatization.
Yes.
Okay.
So that is why, like you say, when they go out to the field to do outreach, they say they will check somebody's chest. That are here to do check somebody's chest. And in the facility, so that is where we are for now. We always, as a partner, collaborate with the HIV focal person and the TB program manager.
Okay.
So they know what we are doing, and the LGAs where we are working, they know, because actually the project we are running is total LGA saturation. In the 25 LGAs, we have a period of staff we call community volunteers. So in some facilities, we have screening officers. In all the AGAs, we have linkage coordinators. It is the linkage coordinators that make sure that when the screening officers, in fact, it's hub and spoke model. So either he gets sample from the private hospital, or he gets from either standalone lab, patent medicine vendor, and community pharmacy. So it is the linkage coordinator that aggregate this sample and make sure that it's sent to correct gene expert site. Of course, we have a staff in the office that is sample movement consultant. So she regulates the linkage coordinators, the process. So that is that. And we also do local government TB, HIV harmonization every month between the 2nd and 7th of the incoming month to make sure that the data are aggregated. Because anything you do and it's not translated to data, it's work not done. So thank you, sir.
All right, Doc, in your capacity as the programs manager, why are certain populations more vulnerable to TB and HIV, particularly women and children and people in hard-to-reach communities?
All right, thank you very much for that question. Vulnerability of persons. Basically, we find that tuberculosis is a disease commonly or mostly of the poor.
The rich man can't get it.
It's mostly, I said, mostly and commonly among the poor. But it's like he said earlier today, that TB anywhere is TB everywhere. In the past, the 19th century, 15th century, TB across the world was an epidemic. Every person got it. People were dying on the streets with tuberculosis. But because of treatment today and awareness and improved way of living, it has gone more among the persons that are poor. But TB can get to anybody. I have managed persons with managers, lecturers, businessmen that had tuberculosis. And because of this stigmatization, you find that people are hiding away. Please, it's not because as soon as the diagnosis is made and confirmed, that person is 100% chance of getting cured. So it is commoner here among these persons, like we said, the elderly, the very young, and then the women, because their immunity a number of times are low. Children, it's low. Most of the time for children, is the adults that gets to children. That's how children gets it. Then for the adults, when we spread it among ourselves, when we refuse to go for treatment, when we start treatment, maybe for 2 weeks, because we feel good, we stop treatment. The thing that has created and made the TB situation in this our environment even worsen, because today, when we stop treatment, for instance, for what called DSTB, drug susceptible tuberculosis, the treatment is for 6 months. Even for drug-resistant tuberculosis, today the treatment is for 6 months. We should do everything within our power to comply to treatment. If we stay on treatment, like he just said, we'll get cured. If we stop treatment, there is what we call pre-extensively resistant form of tuberculosis. When we stop treatment midway, the tuberculosis develops and enhances itself within the person, and the worsened form comes in. So it becomes pre-extensively resistant. And then we have the one that's higher than that, extensively resistant. Let me not mention where it is in the world. There's somewhere in the world where they have the total resistant tuberculosis. There is no treatment for that. In Delta State, we've had up to the extent of extensively resistant form, because sometimes a lot of us stop treatment midway. We are appealing and passionately asking us that if the diagnosis is made, you're coughing for 2 weeks or more, you have night sweats, there's progressive weight loss, and there is fever, please come to any of the public hospitals. Even some private facilities have it, like he was talking about PPM, where you go for it and say, I have cough, my cough is this, my cough is that, or I have all these other symptoms. And then the samples are collected, sputum is collected, and it's for free. The test is free, treatment is free. We do what we call DOTS, directly observed therapy. We do such, it means that the treatment will get close to the person, and we'll have talk about treatment supporter to assist you, to support you. And then if you come, we will encourage you, we will counsel you. If you have any issues with the treatment, we will help and make the treatment easier for the person. What we want is that our society be freed of TB. Yes, anybody can actually get tuberculosis. Those who have what we call comorbidity, persons like persons who have diabetes, or people who have chronic renal diseases, or those who have cancers, or even able persons can get tuberculosis. When you stay in that environment, the person gets infected. So anybody can actually get it. But these vulnerable persons are because of these their conditions. Thank you.
I want my brother now to respond quickly. There's no gainsaying the fact that you've not faced challenges. Challenges are faced by CBOs in TB case finding and treatment adherence. Can you speak to that?
All right, thank you so much. Yeah, in Delta, because of our terrain, Delta is a unique state.
Yeah.
Unique in the sense that we have our brothers in the riverine communities. If you go to places like Ubla, go to places like Focados, go to places like Turubene, go to places like Ojobo, you see people still hanging their phone on the tree for them to get network. That tells you how complex it is. So for our brothers over the sea, over that way, reaching out to them has always been an issue. There's what we call the portable digital X-ray machine, and we have 6 in the state at the moment, and we have 3 around our warrior axis, and we also have 3 this way. And the X-ray machine, we have our CBOs that are under TB network, and they are the one using these machines for outreaches. Now, if you are in Warri and you are to go to somewhere like Obla, for example, you see the difficulty moving that machine down there. You can't wait for the public transport to get fuel. If not, the community will wait and wait in vain. So at that point, we need a chartered boat from Warri down to Obla, or from Warri down to Escravos, or from Warri down to Mandago, or from somewhere like Warri North, for example. When we talk of Cocoa down to Bekodo, or down to Opwama, you can see the distance. So these are some of the challenges we are facing, and we have paucity of funds to take these machines and to take the team from the state down to those places. And these are some of the challenges. And we have our brothers over there that access to healthcare is challenging. Challenging in the sense that they don't even know where to run to. The health officers, there might be a PAC there, but how often do we have this staff going to those PACs to attend to the people there? So these are some of the challenges we are having, especially reaching out to our people. Now, with the PDS machine I mentioned earlier, we can scan with the PDS machine and send straight. If you have TB suggestive, we know how to give you the sputum cup, with which you produce. We take it to the lab for bacteriological tests or clinical analysis to know, okay, if you have DSTB or DRTB before you are placed on treatment. So challenge is moving to those hard to reach communities. For us as CBOs, we are calling on the state government and other partners in the state, if there's a way they can come in to assist the state government. And not just that alone. Another challenge we have is issues around the tools that they use in the lab. As I speak with you, Ogwashuku lab is fully the store. That's the storage facility there. We have samples that are yet to be analyzed. Reason being that we don't have the film, we don't have the cartridges that we analyze these samples. And sometimes we see these things as samples. They are not samples, they are human beings. Because they are sputum produced by human beings. And if these samples are not analyzed over a period, they will go bad. Can you imagine we go for an outreach and we get these samples to the lab, and at the end of the day, these samples are not analyzed. We've lost those opportunities. They are missed opportunities. And this is facing us as a state. And we are calling on the state government to wake up. Trump has given an EO, which is an executive order now. USAID program is not doing well now as it is. So support coming from donor partners and all of that is dwindling. So, and it's going down on a daily. So we need to wake up as a state, take ownership. These are our people. We can't wait for someone out there to come and treat our pain. We should address our issues ourselves. So we should wake up as a people. Now, Deltans, all you have to do for us, if you have somebody that is down with TB, maybe after now, we'll be sharing a number that you can reach out to. If you can't call that number, dial, do a WhatsApp message to that number, and within 24 hours, we'll respond to you across Delta, so that we can harvest these people and ensure that these people are treated and placed on treatment. Over time, they'll be free of tuberculosis. So the challenge has been accessing those hard-to-reach communities for us as TB Network. So that has been the challenge.
All right, so quickly, just before I let you go now, I want you to actually respond to things. Are there plans for increased domestic funding and public-private partnerships in TB control? Just yes or no, are there plans?
Yes, there are plans.
So, how do you intend to galvanize all of that?
How we intend to galvanize all of that is that at the end of every quarter, the CBU submits their budget, and our HQ looks at it and approves, because we are a sub-recipient to IAGN. IAGN is principal recipient in this project. So that way, this is how fund flows to the CBO. Because when we actually started, we started one CBO in Warri Addis. In October last year, we engaged Crudy to be covering cluster A. Last 2 weeks, Director of Program, Dr. Charles Nwafo, visited the state with Dr. Ezakile, and another CBO has been assessed. So this time it will be 3 these CBOs in the state, and they will be shared across the 3 Central districts. So that is way to go, sir.
All right, Doc, before I let you go, what's the plan in expanding services to how to reach River Right now? I think he has just spoken. That's why
So, we talk about riverine. There are also inland hard to reach. That from one community to another community is a long distance. So all of this, we are taking our time to galvanize funding from both private, philanthropic persons. They can reach out to us, that can support. I will say this to thank an honorable in Isoko North made an outreach, and we'll find some other individuals who are making providing funding for outreaches. So all of this, you can reach the TB program in the Public Health Department of Ministry of Health, Delta State. Funding coming from individuals will make a lot of difference from us, apart from the state government. The program needs a lot of funding for, like you talked about, shortage of cartridge, shortage of tools that are needed to make these treatments successful. Even the drug sometimes could run out of stock for it. So it's a whole lot of putting things together. But if we come together as a state, we would make a lot of difference.
All right, thank you so much. Before I let you go now, my friend Chidozie, can you just give us the lines? You said you can open up the space where lines can come.
Yeah, so the lines for us to reach, if you see somebody, please just send a WhatsApp message, or you can call the line. But WhatsApp is better because we will be needing the details of the community, the details of the person. So you can dial this number 081 355 40117. The line is always open, both calls and WhatsApp. So just send us a WhatsApp message, and within 24 hours we'll respond to you. So we want a scenario whereby Delta is free of tuberculosis, and like the team for this year, we say we can. Yes, we can. We can make it happen. So Delta, we can make it happen. Let's just come together, unite together, and put an end to tuberculosis. Thank you.
We'll say check out.
Check out.
So can you just do that?
Yeah,
Check out.
All right, this is where we'll wrap it up for today as the world celebrates the World Tuberculosis Day. I would like to crave your indulgence. Check out. I think it's the slug word. And if you say see something, say something. I'd like to thank you so much, Mr. Gordon Okeke, State Technical Officer, Red Gate Nigeria. Thank you for coming.
Thank you, sir.
And Dr. Bagba Francis, Program Manager, Delta State TB and Leprosy Control.
Thank you very much.
I appreciate you. Oyeku Chidozie, South Zonal Secretary of Pemba National Steering Committee, Civil Societies for the Eradication of TB, TB Network.
Thank you so much for
Thank
having
you so
us.
much,
Thank you.
brothers. I appreciate you. So we'll take a break now. And when we come back, it will be another spot of Morning Light Stillness.
Indeed, Governor Sheriff's administration is committed to delivering impactful governance that will improve the lives of Deltans. Take a look at the inauguration of the Boji Boji Owa Mixed Modern Markets, which was inaugurated some days ago.
The newly inaugurated Boji Boji Owa Mixed Modern Market, which includes a modern abattoir, is crucial towards improving economic activities and also stimulating innovation.
Governor Sheriff.
And because Governor Sheriff is dedicated to providing sustainable infrastructures, he has also encouraged that the facilities be given timely maintenance.
Governor Sheriff always concerned about the well-being of Deltans.
I I even hear self say in line with the more agenda, opportunities for all. So Governor Sheriff, he don't call for the redesign of academic curricula to equip graduates with the technical skills necessary for them to become job and wealth creators.
And no surprise, just some days ago, the Delta State Ministry of Science and Technology inaugurated the More ICT Year program at the Delta State Innovation Hub at Asaba. This program is a government-backed initiative aimed at equipping youths with essential digital skills.
For this Delta State, more agenda will reach all of us.
Opportunities for all.
Yes, sir.
Brought to you by Delta State Ministry of Information.
If tanker wey carry fuel fall or pipe wey carry fuel for underground burst, wetin you go do? You go begin bail fuel put for your bucket, or you go run comot far far for where the fire go soon come. Na only small time you get to take this wise decision. Waka comot, no, that one no dey enough. Shift, no, that one no dey enough. Stay there dey gist and take pictures with your phone. That na madness. Run, yes, run comot. Yes, your life depend on wetin you do. The fire go come at once and you no go fit control am. Why? Petrol dey catch fire easily. Why? Na just small spark go start big fire. So no stay there dey think. Run comot quick to save your life. No throway your life away because of say you wan pack petrol. Take this advice. This informate na from Public Enlightenment Office, Delta Broadcasting Service, Asaba. If tanker wey carry fuel fall or pipe wey carry fuel for underground burst, wetin you go do? You go begin bail fuel put for your bucket, or you go run comot far far for where the fire go soon come. Na only small time you get to take this wise decision. Waka comot, no, that one no dey enough. Shift, no, that one no dey enough. Stay there dey gist and take pictures with your phone. That na madness. Run, yes, run comot. Yes, your life depend on wetin you do. The fire go come at once and you no go fit control am. Why? Petrol dey catch fire easily. Why? Na just small spark go start big fire. So no stay there dey think. Run comot quick to save your life. No throway your life away because of say you wan pack petrol. Take this advice. This informate na from Public Enlightenment Office, Delta Broadcasting Service, Asaba.
Indeed, Governor Sheriff's administration is committed to delivering impactful governance that will improve the lives of Deltans. Take a look at the inauguration of the Boji Boji Owa Mixed Modern Market, which was inaugurated some days ago.
The newly inaugurated Boji Boji Owa Mixed Modern Market, which includes a modern abattoir, is crucial towards improving economic activities and also stimulating innovation.
Governor Sheriff.
And because Governor Sheriff is dedicated to providing sustainable infrastructures, he has also encouraged that the facilities be given timely maintenance.
Governor Sheriff always concerned about the well-being of Deltans.
I I even hear self say e line with the more agenda, opportunities for all. Sake of no Sheriff, he don't call for the redesign of academic curricula to equip graduates with the technical skills necessary for them to become job and wealth creators.
I'm not surprised. Just some days ago, the Delta State Ministry of Science and Technology inaugurated the More ICT Year program at the Delta State Innovation Hub, Asaba. This program is a government-backed initiative aimed at equipping youths with essential digital skills.
For this Delta State, more agenda will reach all of us.
Opportunities for all.
Yes, sir.
Brought to you by Delta State Ministry of Information.
welcome back and still on Morning Ride Monday's edition. It's time for our next sports, and on this segment we have some gentlemen right here with us in the studio, and they're here to talk about glacier. We're not just going to be looking at what glacier means, because I know most of you it's the first time you're hearing it. Yes, but we're going to explain to you what it means. Also, we're going to be talking about glacier melting, causes, consequences, and prevention strategies. Join me as I welcome engineer Unuafe. Okay, Unuafe Anthony. Yes, and he is the general manager of Stowasa. Good morning, good to have you, sir.
Good morning, producers.
All right, we have Isharo Odafe, and he is the PRO Stowasa. Good morning, good to have you.
Good morning, thank you very much.
And my far end, we have Agaji Energy. He is the monitoring and the evaluation officer, Stowasa. Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you for having us.
You are welcome. And I've been talking about Stowasa. First, explain to us what is Stowasa. What does it mean? What's the full meaning? I'll take it from you because I have a big question for Oga. So let's take it from you.
Okay. Stowasa is an acronym for Small Town Water Supply and Sanitation Agency. It's an agency of in the Ministry of Water Resources and Development in the state.
Okay. All right. So now we understand what Stowasa means. All right, engineer, coming to you right now. We've been talking about glacier. What does it mean when we say glacier? What exactly does it mean?
The word glacier is all about large perennial crystalline ice.
Okay, it's an ice.
Yes. That over that the form of it could be ice, it could be rock, it could be sediments, which when heated by the sun, they met, and when they met, they flow down the slope of gravity, and that leads to water flow to the globe, to lands in the environment. And this water flow is supposed to be controlled over to cause a balanced ecosystem. When the sun is too high or overheated on the ice block, it melts too quickly and too fast, and can lead to devastating effects, e.g. drought. It can cause even flood, sea level rise. So in most world, part of those European countries like Russia, Iceland, Greenland, these are countries that are totally Antarctic, the Baltic Sea, between the Atlantic and the Antarctic Sea. These countries, they have a lot of glaciers. India have also some glacier, but India does not have a covering of large covering of ice sheet, unlike we have in Iceland. Most glaciers.
Are you saying glacier is associated with water?
Yeah. Glacier is block water.
Okay, it's block water.
Yeah.
And it's commonly found in what
cold
regions?
regions.
Okay, cold region like the Iceland.
Yeah, that's the land.
Okay.
And most cold places have glaciers. And most of the European countries, for example, that are cold region, they have a lot of glaciers. And there exists a form of rock over the years, accumulated solid rocks, which even most countries depend on their source of water supply for glaciers. When the water melts, when the rock melts, it flows down as source of water supply. You have heard of natural water from rock, spring water. These are typical example of what good water supply from glaciers sediments.
So why are glaciers important to our planet? Why are they very important? Why do we need?
Yeah, glaciers help us to conserve water throughout the year. When the ice is blocked and there's a gradual melting, it becomes source of water supply that we can use for our human consumption, drinking water. We can also use it for agricultural purpose, green energy, and the balance of ecosystem. So these are the benefits from glacier. But when the glacier is not preserved, like what we are seeing today because of the climate change, it becomes very, very devastating. It says that when too much sun is on the glaciers, it melts too quickly, too fast. And over the year, when there's no more glacier source of water, people suffer for access to potable water supply. Like we're having today, in 2025 is going to be our ADG goal on access to water, which was shifted to 2030. Now ADG goal access to water supply and sanitation. We are not close to that level yet. By all the year 2030 to be ADG year for access to potable water supply, and for by all. But we are very far from it, and there's drought everywhere. And one thing that leads to is uncertainty of water. So it cannot allow us, those who are into farming, to plan their farming circles, because the glacier melts, and when there's need for water, the water is not there. So most you can see water drying up, or sometimes unnecessary sea rise can lead to overflow that destroys vegetables, vegetations, and other agricultural products. Apart from that too, it leads to pollution. When the water flows in the wrong direction, it carries whatever debris that exists and moves them to water bodies. So this is some of the negative effect of glacier.
All right, PRO. Now, what regions are experiencing the fastest, and I put that word, fastest glacier melt, and why are those regions experiencing it?
Thank you very much. You see, there are particular regions, particularly in Africa. Africa, we experience a rapid melting of this glacier because of some certain things we do. Like you see, sometimes you see in the oil producing area, you see gas flaring, emission of gas.
Yes.
You know, you see part of the Africa too, Nigeria. Let me narrow it down to Nigeria.
Okay.
You see this carbon emission. You know, these are things that cause rapid melting of this glacier. Glacier is critical to life. There's need for glacier to melt. When it melts, we have access to water for drinking. We have access to water for agriculture, industries, and clean energy. But the issue now is, the reason for the preservation of the glacier is there's a need for the glacier to melt for us to have access to this water. But the case now is the rapid melting. The rapid melting cannot be controlled. The rapid melting can cause flood, can cause drought, can be devastating.
You said it cannot be controlled?
If there's excess rapid melting, it can cause devastation. That's the
I
reason.
want to know if it can be controlled.
Yeah, it can be controlled both by human
actions
that
by
we
reducing,
by
like the
reducing
cause I just said.
carbon emission, reducing a little carbon emission, climate change, for example. This gas flaring, using the source of greenhouse gases like carbon dioxide, methane, fluorine, all these green gases, they contribute to climate change. What happened? The ozone layer, when it's depleted, the sun ray fall directly to the earth, because the ozone is supposed to have a leverage of protecting the earth from excess sun rays. But when the ozone layer is being destroyed as a result of this greenhouse emission, then it leads to exposure to excessive sun. And that's what you can see, that presently the environment is too hot, both at night and day. So when the heat becomes so much, the glacier melts too rapidly. And when it melts too rapidly, it leads to devastating effects like the flood, the drought, even effect on agricultural produce, and even the ecosystem is destroyed. So these are the negative effects. So what we can do to control glacier melting is to have a program of reducing local carbon emission, reducing greenhouse gases, gas flaring of methane, when the oil and gas activity be reduced. You can say that even bush burning, for example, when they bush burning, we are increasing the level of carbon monoxide in the air. Even deforestation, for example, when people go to the forest and begin to cut the wood carbon.
So felling of trees contributes to this.
Because the wood, you are burning the wood and you are used to cook, and when the wood is burning, the carbon dioxide coming from the smoke is entering the air, and this is what leads to, because what why is it that carbon dioxide is dangerous to us? That it traps all the green gases like carbon dioxide. They trap heat so much. So when the sun is coming on Earth, they trap the heat, and at night, then this heat, instead of it not being cool, it become hot.
Hot, okay.
So you can see the effect of the green gases. It traps the sun rays, make it so hot. They are not supposed to be cool. What could not explain? That's why this the nights are hot because of this trapped green gases.
There's a particular period this year that at night it was pretty hot. Could that be one of the
that's the reason. That's the source of it. Yeah, that's all.
Okay.
Global warming, they call it.
Global warming, yeah. Alright, Mr. Agaji, I hope I'm correct there.
Yes,
Alright, so how does glacier loss now, how does it affect global sea levels and the weather patterns?
Okay, before I take that question next, I just want to make a little contribution to what my
Fine.
boss and PRO said about how the high rise in temperature, glacier melting can be controlled. What we are doing here is still part of one of the ways of controlling the rapid melting of glacier, because we are here to sensitize the people on what to do and what not to do to the rapid melting of this glacier. Because if the temperature is too high, the glacier melts and it's affecting us. So what we do is, for the ecosystem to be balanced, we encourage planting of trees, we encourage very reduced rate of gas flaring and very reduced rate of bush burning and felling of trees, like my boss rightly mentioned. Now, you said that the question...
Okay, before you go there, we're talking about glass flaring now. Our refineries, they do glass flaring.
Yes.
Does that affect also?
So much. That's the area.
Can we cut that?
That's the reason the oil companies are not helping matters.
Okay.
And our communities out of ignorance don't know the impact of gas flaring on the community, apart from air pollution, of environmental pollution, the destruction of the fertility of the ground and the environment. It also leads to the global warming as well, because this air flaring leads to production of methane. Methane is very dangerous. It's nearest to carbon dioxide as one of these green gases, and when it is too much in the air, you can it causes melting of the glacier system.
Okay. All right, thank you. So let me get back to the question I asked you.
Okay, please, let me get to the question.
Okay, I said that how does glacier loss affect global sea levels and weather patterns?
Now, if you noticed recently, the rise in sea level is caused by glacier. Flooding. Some parts of let's say my boss made reference to India. If you look at India and Pakistan, I can't produce that name because it's a Pakistani name. They are complaining seriously about rise in sea level. Okay, so it's really the flooding is now taking some parts of the land mass. You understand? Because of the high level of the sea level. So it's affecting both wildlife, affecting both animal and human beings. So those are really, and destroying properties too. So recently, I think in the north there is I think Adamawa also, there was flooding. Even encroach into the government house and destroy both life and properties. Those are the causes of the effects of the melt of glacier.
All right. So now, what are the steps, or what steps are being taken globally to protect glacier? What are the steps? I want you to read it out for us, so that at least those watching will know that these are the steps I need to take. Just name them.
Yeah, I will start with why we are here. It's part of the campaign and advocacy against glacier melting. 2025 had declared as an international year of glacier preservation and worldwide. And the idea...
You know what, I really don't want you to mix it up. I want people to know that these are the steps that we need to take. They will come to your campaign.
Okay. The steps we need to take, first and foremost, is everybody, including governments, organizations, individuals, to take actions that will lead to reduction of global warming, reduction of gas emission, reduction of greenhouse effect, and the need for us to prioritize water conservation and management. The idea is when we do that through our various, for example, the statistic in our disposal show that as well as we speak, currently everybody, including you and me, we are contributing 6.6 tons per year towards global warming emission. That's what all we are. Yes, 6.6 tons in tons, and that is to double the Paris Agreement. The Paris Agreement stated that we should just increase it by 2.3 tons per individual. We have doubled it already. Tripled it. We're supposed to achieve that by 2030. It's supposed to be 2.3 tons, which is supposed to be about 1.5 degrees in terms of temperature rise. But as we speak, we are doubled what we're supposed to have even be experiencing in 2030. Yeah, it's not in 2026. So 2025. So you see that we need to do everything possible to reduce temperature rise.
So with this increase, what's the disadvantage?
The danger. Yes, it's an alarming increase. So we should stop bush burning.
Okay.
We should stop bush burning.
Okay.
We should stop tree falling. We should stop every form of deforestation. Like my staff said just now, we should encourage planting of trees in our homes.
Yes.
We don't allow our home bare because the trees have the capacity to absorb part of the heat that comes around. We should also make sure that we reduce emission of our gas flaring. Third, we should be saying no to gas flaring. But I traveled through Delta State, especially in the northern part of Delta State, recently there are a lot of oil companies that are engaged in gas flaring. Everybody's looking at the system. Communities are just nearby and gas flaring every year. Nobody bothers to even ask questions the effect of the gas flaring. Kwale Aziz, for example, a lot of gas flaring is taking place there.
Yes.
This thing needs to be stopped because this gas has been burnt can be used for other purpose, for domestic source of gas. But because the investors, they are in a hurry to make money, they don't want to go the due process of converting this gas being flared to domestic gas. They just want to blend and get the crude oil, which is dangerous to our ecosystem. Then apart from that, all of us, we should make sure that, that's why we should reduce the use of generators. The generator you use in your house, you are contributing to the carbon dioxide emission. Because when you have everybody now, this guy in the city, now everybody uses generator.
So the system taking shape.
Yeah,
now.
thank God for the coming of solar system now, which is renewable energy.
Yes.
So we believe that when we now focus on renewable energy and leave this kind of renewable energy, which is generators, because generator, for example, plant maybe power supply coming through energy sources that are the highest level that contribute to global warming, because they are emitting carbon dioxide through the system. This energy source, even the source of our electricity, is mostly through plants. As the plant is running, the gas is being emitted, green gas are being emitted, and that leads to global warming, temperature rise. So everything we need to do to reduce our temperature rise in our environment, we should do it. To stop bush burning. In fact, in agriculture, those of who are into farming, the type of farming you engage now these days, those days, people our forefathers just go to the bush and set on fire and plant. But there's a modern farm, you don't need to burn the bush. These are deliberate effort to be made to avoid global warming. You can just gather, if technology has shown that even when you don't burn the wood and live natural, because when you are burning the wood, you are burning part of the fertility of the ground. So you don't need to even burn. In modern technology, just leave them, let them decay.
And they
become manure for us. So these are deliberate actions that need to be taken, even our agricultural practice, so that we will now ensure that the global melting of glacier is reduced, because it's really a risk factor. It's the danger, alarming danger around us. And we cannot keep quiet, and we cannot keep silent. this is the reason why we decided for this year 2025 is our international year of glacier preservation. We must preserve our glacier because glacier is a source of water drinking.
All right, so let's come to your campaign. It's ongoing.
Yeah.
I understand. Now, there's a flyer you brought. It says, "Stop the spread of germs. Use a toilet, not the bush." Now, can you throw more light on this? Can you throw more light on this campaign?
Let me come
Yes,
in.
okay,
You know,
please, PRO.
you ask a question. What do we do to reduce this rapid glacier?
Yes.
This is part of the advocacy.
Okay.
This is part of the sensitization plan.
Okay.
You know, in this part of the world, Africa, you know, there's a need for sensitization,
Yes.
and that is the only way to create the awareness for people to reduce gas flaring, to create the awareness for people to reduce gas emission, to create the awareness of the issue of carbon emission. Our lifestyle, you know, should also change. The issue of planting of trees. People don't know the importance of planting of trees.
Yes.
Some see trees as beautification only, but they have some natural protection.
Okay.
You know, they can also help us to reduce some deforestation effects. So it still boils down to awareness, and the awareness continues. So if you look at our flyer, there's indication here. Though the flyer is also talking about upridification,
Yes.
the use of toilet instead of defecating in the bush,
Bushes
gutter,
and
or
rivers.
in any place that is not a
Yes.
toilet.
Okay.
So,
So
it's,
how has your campaign been going? What have you been doing so far?
yes, this campaign we did start it today
Into
because today is
schools?
global. Yes,
Is it just
we have
here?
taken this campaign to the local government level. We have engaged with the local government. We have engaged the community.
Okay.
You know, so gone down to sensitization. We just came back from
Subi.
Okay.
last week.
This weekend.
This weekend, we went there to engage
Communities and local government
and we
areas.
invited the 4 LGA,
Local government council.
local government, and there was a mass turn-up. So we did a road walk where we distributed our flyer, this particular flyer, to sensitize the community
Yeah.
on open defecation, which is another.
In fact, they
critical,
practice it
you
a
know,
lot in
Yeah,
these
you know,
communities,
So,
especially riverine areas.
especially riverine area, because the reason we are an intervention agency.
Yes.
Our goal is to provide water,
Clean
sanitation,
water.
clean water, potable water, sanitation service, and hygiene.
Okay.
So the reason for all of this is also to curtail this open defecation. So by the grace of God, we are working, and we'll make Delta
Okay.
State to be open defecation free.
All right. So apart from this sensitization that you have been doing, do you have agents who go around, monitor people, go from houses, streets, to monitor that people actually adhere to these instructions? Do you do that? Do you have officers on the road?
Before now, we were relying on the health officers in local government. Those days when we were small, we were young, they used to move from house to house to ensure both water sanitation and solid sanitation, clean environment, and they do fine if you don't. But these days, their presence not be felt. But as an agency or government, we in our water policy, there's a place for task force on sanitation.
Yes.
Yeah, which we are planning to launch as soon as possible at the SGA level. The task force will be domiciled in the SGAs because we have district zones being managed by the district offices. They move from community to community with the local government officer. President, as we speak, there's a bill passed in the House of Assembly. I think I had gone to the second reading of that bill. When that bill is passed, it will take care of the need for us to also have these monitors. Then the water department will be established. When the water department is properly established, they will now be given their mandate, their terms of reference. And when they are operating, they will work with the communities, in partnership with the communities, and they move from one community to the other to ensure that there's compliance, so that everybody will be carried along, leave nobody behind. That is part of our agenda, our plan, our strategy we want to use, so that we can bring it to the grassroots, where the people are actually practicing opodification. Because opodification highly impacts the rural community, the small town community. If you are outside, if you go along the road, you might be seeing buildings. When you go behind their houses, it's all used for toilets. And so it's dangerous. Like some communities, you cannot even drink water because for those low aquifer community, whether riverine community, if you dig into water, you dig down about 4 feet, you get water. When the rain falls, these sheets, water, physics, passes into this the drinking water, and this is what the community people are drinking. There's some people tell the water is sweet, so it's sweet. So how sweet is the water? I used to have a college that used to say the water in our compound, those in the village, is very sweet. I told them water I cannot be sweet. Water is tasteless. So the guy is late now. Who know whether it was those water he was drinking that killed him? Because sometimes people just believe that in the community when people die, just witches and wizards. No, not all that. Sometimes the water we are consuming from the earth contribute a lot to the water. You can today a lot of E. coli diseases, diarrhea, all kind of sickness, and it's common. Yeah. So this thing, all these waterborne diseases, they are common because of the water that people are consuming, drinking. So that's the essence. So why we are here actually is to support the globe, to add to global voice and Glacier Meeting. That's why to got this year theme of World Water Day, which is 22nd of every year, 22nd of March of every year, is World Water Day. This is a global agreement that we must campaign, make sure organization and government focus on water conservation, and also taking necessary action that will lead to proper water management. Okay, so that's about. For this year, we focus on glacier preservation so that the impact of Glacier Meeting on drinking water, agriculture, clean energy, and health ecosystem can be understood by all, so that everybody will have a role to play, so that we all are key players in making sure that we reduce Glacier Meeting, which can lead to flooding. When there's flooding, you find that the water flows above our normal frequency and carries whatever debris, like even physics on the road, on the surface, into the water bodies. That's all about. And when there's unnecessary sea rise, it overflow the border and know a lot. It causes damages to our animals, ecosystem, and destruction taking place. So these are things that we need to avoid. So that when everybody understands that he is contributing to global warming, as I said, every of us is contributing 6% tons per year. Okay. So what do we do? Ask us as a person that if I'm contributing to global warming, then I need to repent. Those practices that I'm doing, like burning bush, using firewood to cook, also cutting down, reducing gas flaring. Okay. These are things that we need to leave that practice. Then the unnecessary use of generators. People, just in my house where I live, I have one tenant. Throughout the night, they burn generator. He doesn't know the impact. So he's enjoying generator. Throughout the night, when I should be sleeping, apart from the noise, apart from noise pollution, throughout the night. So these are crap practices that we need to leave. And let this environment be naturally safe for us.
You've spoken to us as individuals, okay, on how to stop this. Now, what about the government? Let's bring the government into it. What policies do you think the government should implement to address glacier issues or glacier loss?
I think the government's role is to make policies and law. As we speak, there's an ongoing policy review of water law, water policy in the state. I think part of the policy that will come out will also include clauses of laws to be made that need to be complied with. And if there is no compliance, there should be room for fines to be paid. Okay. For that, so the policy, so the government should do enforcement. Yeah, government have to do enforcement. When the law will be passed, include that have to lead up to reduction of carbon emission that lead to glacier melting, and then we have to also come with clauses that have to do with fine, paying fine. And government is now bring about the enforcement aspect of it. We have a steering committee on these activities. We have the Ministry of Environment. They are involved with compliance and enforcement. So these people are partnered with us, like collaborating with us as a water sector to ensure that we all achieve the SDG goal of 2025. It's not about 25, that's 2030.
Okay, 2030. Looking ahead.
Looking ahead.
Okay. All right, Mr. Agaji, we've talked about individuals, he has talked about the government. Now let's bring the international organizations into it. What role do you think they should play, in glacier conservation?
Thank you very much for the question. I think the international community, they are actively involved in this because, like you rightly mentioned about SDGs, there are roadmaps, there are programs, there are funding agencies that are making sure that, okay, people are aware of this impending doom, glacier melting. Okay, so they are really, really working hard. We are beneficiaries of this support also. So.
Okay. My PRO. So are we at the point now where this glacier preservation is still possible, or is the damage inevitable? Have we crossed beyond repair?
Yes.
Because he was talking about 6.6 tons. So do you think with that we are overboard?
There's no problem without solution.
Okay.
There's always a problem. It is not over yet, but just that we should not allow it to extend more than this. That's why there will be need for more awareness, more sensitization.
Yeah.
People should stand in their toes. Let's come together. Let's fight it together. So the awareness continue. It is not over yet.
Yeah.
But we should not just relax. We should continue.
Okay. All right.
I think there is this, I think special duties. They are for the entire of this fire service in the state. There is a role they can play because we need to declare a state of emergency. But when something become alarming, on what, for example, however, at national level, the state of emergency have been declared because of this purification of a thing that Nigeria is #1 worldwide. Imagine that nonsense. Nigeria #1. Nigeria was #1 before. They left it for us. And now we are there. Either declare state of emergency on their own, and they left it. They have gone there to make sure there's no more purification in India. Here we are #1. It's a terrible situation.
Yeah.
So the time of the Buhari government, they declare a national state of emergency on wash and purification. And then we domesticated it, even the former governor, Senator Fine Okowa, also declared a state of emergency, domesticating it. He set up a steering committee on wash across the state. The Argon Shema was a member of the committee, but government policies, they are always there. But implementation, the problem we are having mostly in government is the implementation. We have good policies, but implementation is poor. So we need to buckle up when it comes to implementation of our government policy. And when we do that, we show that. I will not be surprised. I expect a special duty to establish a form of task for fire brigades. Fire brigades, for example, that can go about our forests, ensuring that there's no bush burning. And whenever there's a bush burning, do everything frantic effort to stop it from spreading. So these things are areas that government can go to, making sure we reduce bush burning. Fire brigades are out there monitoring bush burning, ensuring that if you see anybody setting the bush on fire, the person is arrested and punished, and nobody wants to set the bush on fire. These people are going to kill antelope and bush animal. They are not from our environment, the company no. But they set our bushes on fire, these Fulanis and Hausas, and we are watching them. This they are doing dangerous to our own ecosystem. It's also out to the global warming that we're talking about, the temperature rise. So we should do everything to make sure that no more bush burning in our community. Community have a role to play, so the community kills the traditional ruler. They should monitor that community that there's no bush burning. It's a partner team. Government have a role to play, the community have a role to play, even we civil servants have a role to play.
Yeah, you're right.
And you too in DBS, you have also have a role to help us, give us airtime, to also advocate and not to sensitize the people to be on course.
Okay, all right. Thank you so much. Not everyone is learned. So when you take this advocacy out there, or when you take this sensitization out there, you need to bring it down to the low class. Now, I would appreciate your agencies, TOWASA, that's Small Towns Water Supply and Sanitation Agency. I'd like to commend you for the good work you have started, and I'll say please do not relent. This is where you need to buckle up and make sure this news gets to the nook and cranny. And if you can have some little billboards here and there, saying no to this, no to that, it will help a lot. Not just the flyer. When you go to the streets, you have these billboards, people see it. Some persons, when they see diagrams, they understand better than words. So if you can do that, it will be okay, it will be better. So I'd like to thank you so much for bringing us up to speed on glacier melting, the causes, consequences, and preservation strategies. And thank God, it's beautiful to know that we still have time to amend all that we have destroyed, or what people have destroyed. Thank you so much. And yes, we have been speaking with Engineer Unaife Anthony. He is the General Manager, Small Towns Water Supply and Sanitation Agency. We want to say thank you. And also to Isharo Ojafe, the PRO of Stowasa. And also Mr. Agaji Eneji, Monitoring and Evaluation Officer, Stowasa. Thank you so much, gentlemen, for gracing this couch and explaining to us in clear terms how to stay healthy. And we hope that people will adhere to what you have said. And definitely we're going to have you again, because this is not a one-time thing. We have to keep doing it so as to sensitize the people, because it's for everybody. Thank you so much for coming. I see you have this flyer. Okay, he wants the flyer to be blown out. Don't worry, we're going to do that subsequently. We're going to do that. Thank you so much. All right. This is where we'll drop this conversation for now. We'll go on a very quick break, and when we return, it will be time for our closures. Stay with us.
If tanker wey carry fuel fall or pipe wey carry fuel for underground burst, wetin you go do? You go begin bail fuel put for your bucket, or you go run comot far far for where the fire go soon come. Na only small time you get to take this wise decision. Waka comot, no, that one no dey enough. Shift, no, that one no dey enough. Stay there dey gist and take pictures with your phone. That na madness. Run, yes, run comot. Yes, your life depend on wetin you do. The fire go come at once and you no go fit control am. Why? Petrol dey catch fire easily. Why? Na just small spark go start big fire. So no stay there dey think. Run comot quick to save your life. No throway your life away because of say you wan pack petrol. Take this advice. This informate na from Public Enlightenment Office, Delta Broadcasting Service, Asaba.
Indeed, Governor Sheriff's administration is committed to delivering impactful governance that will improve the lives of Deltans. Take a look at the inauguration of the Boji Boji Owa Mixed Modern Market, which was inaugurated some days ago.
The newly inaugurated Boji Boji Owa Mixed Modern Market, which includes a modern abattoir, is crucial towards improving economic activities and also stimulating innovation.
Governor Sheriff.
And because Governor Sheriff is dedicated to providing sustainable infrastructures, he has also encouraged that the facilities be given timely maintenance.
Governor Sheriff, always concerned about the well-being of Deltans.
I even yourself say in line with the more agenda, opportunities for all. Say Governor Sheriff, he don't call for the redesign of academic curricula to equip graduates with the technical skills necessary for them to become job and wealth creators.
And no surprise, just some days ago, the Delta State Ministry of Science and Technology inaugurated the More ICT Year program at the Delta State Innovation Hub, Asaba. This program is a government-backed initiative aimed at equipping youths with essential digital skills.
For this Delta State, more agenda will reach all of us.
Opportunities for all.
Yes, sir.
Brought to you by Delta State Ministry of Information.
If tanker wey carry fuel fall or pipe wey carry fuel for underground burst, wetin you go do? You go begin bail fuel put for your bucket or you go run comot?
You're welcome back. All right, it's time to quickly look at the dailies. Let's see what our papers have for us today. First, we're going to begin with the Daily Independent. And on the Daily Independent, we have the screaming story: Nigerians' 2025 budget at risk over low oil prices. Production decline. The writer says setbacks may pose challenge to economic stability. And this is according to analysts. Another writer says Nigeria may struggle to meet its revenue targets. Another story on the Daily Independent says telcos on path to recovery. Garner 14 million subscribers in 5 months. The bottom strip has explosion rocks gas facility in Rivers as NGO urges probe. Again, PDP professionals demand Wike's expulsion. Fuel tanker explodes in Niger, raises filling station. Excitement as Fubara attends special prayer Thanksgiving service. IGP Egbetoku warns against illegal detention. The top strip has Serap sues Tinubu over suspension of Fubara, Rivers lawmakers. Rivers emergency rule, pro-democracy coalition urges ECOWAS action. And that's it on the Daily Independent. Our next paper is the Guardian newspaper. Drug shortages, uncertainty squeeze. Okay? Drug shortages, uncertainty squeeze HIV and AIDS. TB clinics nationwide. Concerns over constitutionality of suspension of tenured office holders in Rivers. Adeboye dismisses SDP merger as Lamido urges rebuilding PDP. Presidency says suspension of Fubara, others not power grab as governor appears in public. Obasanjo decries Onyan Dam neglect, incessant borehole drillings. And that's it on the Guardian newspaper. Next is the Daily Times. And on the Daily Times, we have NDLEA intercepts Indian lady with 72 parcels of heroin labeled as chocolate at Kano Airport. Another explosion hits gas station in Rivers. Navy officer, others kidnapped in Abuja, regain freedom. Critics to Kuka on pro-chancellor appointments. Beware of banana peels. FD to regrass 417 grazing routes, says further global markets demand hits of $2.9 billion. Serap asked court to set aside Tinubu's unlawful suspension of Fubara, Rivers lawmakers. And that's it on the Daily Times. Next is the Punch newspaper. Naira for crude. Marketers fear price hike as FG suspends sale to Dangote. Writer says, Eichmann slams depot owners for stockpiling products. FG, Dangote resume talks today. South-South governors, National Assembly plan to reconcile Fubara, lawmakers. Atiku, Obi camps tackle Bode George. Shekarau over anti-coalition comments. Petrol crisis eases in Niger after Nigerians bail out. 2 US-based Nigerians, accomplices, face 62-year jail for $50 million fraud. Details on page 4 and 5. And that's it on the Punch. The Nigerian Tribune is next. 2027 hurdles. Hurdles mount as coalition leaders move to unveil